Splitscreen was one of my favorite things when I was growing up. We had games like Call of Duty creating some of the most fun local co-op experiences ever with some of the greatest care that I'd ever seen. And little me couldn't even fully comprehend it at the time, but each mode was nearly perfect with seamless integration for couch co-op. And it wasn't even broken or buggy. It was a time where you could relax and have fun when you had people to play with. And I never was able to play online too for a few years, so it always holds a soft spot in my heart. But nowadays, a lot of the time we have broken games, messy UI, and just endless bugs. And at least in terms of Call of Duty split screen, I don't blame them. This is just part of the general trend of split screen becoming less of a main focus for bigger developers. And one of the main parts of split screen and couch co-op games that has changed a lot is party games. In the Xbox 360, there were insane amounts of variety in games you could play locally with your friends and family that were just purely there for some light-hearted fun that all ages could really just go in and enjoy. They were really real party games. So from games like Thrillville Off the Rails to PopCap making some of the best titles I've ever seen, they were easy to understand and enjoyable for almost everyone to play. It didn't focus on one genre in these games. There's variety, with inclusion of different games with very different objectives, even different themes too. Usually action, horror, and suspense all mixed into each type of game that they presented. And you could choose what you wanted too, depending on how you were feeling, and still have a good enough time that everyone enjoyed it. And I understand that there are still some good party games left, but they seem very focused on one aspect or genre without being able to appeal to everyone in a family very easily. But what if I told you that I know about a new game that feels almost exactly like the games of the older era? It has the same amount of love, passion poured into it, which you can almost visibly see. And it's designed solely for everyone to have a good time. It's not super complicated as well. This game is actually a game within a game that contains a bunch of games without the base game being a party game itself. Joking aside, the party game I'm talking about is the Impy Games, which is located within the PS4 game Dreams. So Dreams is very similar to Roblox, where you can basically search for a bunch of different games that different users have created. So the Impy Games is one of these user-created games, which may be the greatest couch co-op party game of all time. So immediately when you start, you can see your characters and you have the ability to add up to 4 players, which is amazing since most couch co-op games only support 2 nowadays. And there are customization options as well, so if you like making your character look a little like someone you want to be, then you can do that. There's also my channel name in the background, and I promise that's not the reason why I'm making this video. But the main part though, if you ready up, you can see that there are actually 4 different game modes, and each one has a unique background and rules. The latest one was just added in August 2025, so yes, the game is still being updated, but trust me when I say that I've had no big problems from their updates, as they seem to be done with a lot of care and polish. And I've been going with this game for a few months now, and every single time they've been able to deliver. So the mini games are truly where the Impy Games shines. But each mini game is carefully created with a specific theme tied to each one that you play. And it feels just like going to a world-class theme park. So from playing in ancient temples to bowling alleys to haunted mansions, there's an insanely good amount of variety with a great sense of immersion each time. And, that almost reminds me of something that was forgotten about in some other games, But there's also custom music and sound effects chosen for each game too, and it really just makes it hard to tell that this was not made by a AAA company. It was just made by only 2 developers mainly, Zeba and Clumsy. And they both seem very active and appreciate the feedback that they get. So the best part is though, that these 2 managed to create these high quality experiences so many times. There are currently 40 mini games to choose from. Yes, 40. And more planned to be on the way too. So each minigame also gets a nice brief description that explains the rules and controls before you play them as well. So it's a nice indicator of what you should be paying attention to. And to me, it just shows that they just put that extra level of care in there, which I always just appreciate when I'm playing games. But really, there's no need for me to explain how good the games are. I can just show it to you. So what I've done is I picked out a few games that I want to highlight and ones that I just found to be really enjoyable. So one of my personal favorites is Trent. It's like a mini racing game with trains. So you have to do 3 laps without derailing or getting knocked off by your friends. And yes, there is a nighttime version, and yes, the trains do glow in the dark. But up next, we have Halls of Horrors. This is a game where the objective is to just survive and collect coins. There's gonna be chased by a spider in some actual darkness, so this is pretty much a horror game. And we have Pinball Madness here, and this one just really tests your reaction time. So you just want to avoid getting hit by the giant pinball and be the one that ducks the latest without getting smushed. Here you have color drop, which gives you a specific colored platform that you have to run to before the other platforms drop you to your doom. And this whole setting also has that Fast and Furious feel, which I get especially from the music that's in here. But next we have Pyramid Match, which is just a game of memory. You just choose 2 cards at a time from a given set, and you have to match symbols with each other, all while you're feeling that Egyptian heat. And there are still 35 other games left in store, which I hope that you will just see and try for yourself. So I won't spoil them all, but there's also a few more surprises in there. And this brings us to the main question. Is it all fun? And I can honestly tell you, yes, it is very fun. For all ages, too. Just look at what the winner can do once the game ends. So I really hope that you will try this game because I don't really have any negatives for it, except that it's only playable on the PS4 and PS5 due to Dreams being a PlayStation exclusive game. I really hope that one day the MP games can be something every platform can enjoy because it's just one of the best games I have ever experienced. So if you do have a PlayStation, I encourage you to try it at least, and I really hope that this can help fill something that feels like has been missing for years. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you give this masterpiece a shot.